the hunt for places that were used in the filming of Crazy Rich Asians. So today I am going to a place called Chijmes. So Chijmes looks like a Catholic church, and it used to be a Catholic church in the 1900s, but now it's actually a place that has lots of bars and cafes and restaurants, and it's right in the middle of City Hall, so it's in quite a good location. But in Crazy Rich Asians, it was actually the scene that was used for Araminta and Colin's wedding. So that really fabulous, elaborate wedding that they go to, that was, here's where it was filmed. So inside it, it's really popular for weddings because the architecture is very European, so it's something a bit different for Singapore. So we're going to have a little look around, maybe get a drink, see what it's like, and see if I can spot any places that were used in the filming. If I can remember, fingers crossed. This place is really cool. I had never been in this part of it before, and it's really beautiful. So you can hang out in the little bean bags in the middle, but there's restaurants all around. They're not all really fancy either, so there's things where there's like lunches for like $15 set menu and things. So yeah, you can get quite a good deal here as well. So it's not as cheap as it would be in a hawker centre, but it's just because these are restaurants really. So I'm going to have a little walk around. I'm not sure if you can go into the church part in the middle, if there's actually more restaurants in there, but let's see. Let's have a little wander. So I was just reading a little bit more about the history of Chijmes and what the buildings were. And originally what they had decided to do in the early 1900s was they'd recognised the need for a Catholic girls' school that was actually teaching in Mandarin. So they opened up a Catholic girls' school. I believe they had 2 buildings, and it was a really successful school. So what happened was then that encouraged Chinese families to move to Singapore because the education was so good, and it was something that wasn't really available everywhere. So families moved over, and then I suppose it just grew from there. But that was part of the growth in the beginning, came from opening that one school. So the buildings now, one of them doesn't exist anymore. The other building is owned by the MRT. So they're saying the inside of it is no longer as it was, but the facade of the building is still kept the way it was originally as a school. So that's nice. So you can still see how it looked originally when it was first built. So that's good to see. I think there is actually either a wedding shoot or some sort of wedding preparation going on in the church at the minute, because there is definitely a bride in her wedding dress and a man in a tux. So it might just be a photo shoot, or it might be like a rehearsal or something. Actually, probably not in her dress. But yeah, so there's something going on. I'm not going to go in because that would just be really rude. So I'm not going to film it. You won't be able to see it, unfortunately. But yeah, you can still have weddings here by the looks of things. If you go downstairs, there are more restaurants, but there's also a gym, a hairdresser's, and a massage place. So there's more to this place than meets the eye. There's a bit of everything. So the escalators, there's one either side, but it's a bit mean. They're both going down. You have to take the stairs to get back up. So this is a really cool little hangout spot. I'm just here chilling out on a beanbag. There's loads of restaurants, so if I need a drink, I need food here. Otherwise, I'm just relaxing on a little beanbag. Well, actually a very big beanbag. It's really cool. So I am in a cafe called Privé, in Chijmes, and I'm getting a creme brulee coffee. So I'm really excited about this. It smells amazing. It smells really sweet, but it smells exactly like something I like. That's good. Really good. Tastes like creme brulee. A little bit. More like coffee, but tastes good. So I managed to get a little bit of filming of the room from the outside. Not much because they're actually still doing the photo shoot, but just a little bit behind where they were shooting. So you can see a little bit of what the inside looks like. But there was another plaque on the wall, and it turns out it was actually, after it was a church, this was also a convent. So up until the 1980s it was still a girls' school. So I thought it closed in the 60s. It didn't, it was still a girls' school in the 80s. And it said about how there was a lot of damage done to, not necessarily a lot of damage. In here there was a little bit of damage done to the church, and there was an orphanage across the road which was part of this, I believe, and it was destroyed during the Japanese invasion. So with the bombs it just got completely destroyed, and a lot of the girls and some of the teachers had to be deported to Malaysia, where a lot of them died from the conditions at the time. So yeah, it's quite a sad history behind it, but it's really interesting to see. It is a really lovely place for a wander around, and it's a nice place to hang out for the day. It's threatening to rain now because I can feel it. It's been like dripping a little bit throughout the day. Nothing much, but I want to get out of here before it starts. So I am going to go home now, and tomorrow I will continue my hunt for sights from the film Crazy Rich Asians, which is always going to be fun. So I don't know where I'm going tomorrow, but there are still a few more places I have in mind, so we'll see. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow.